When in doubt, Google it. This is actually my first instinct whenever I'm faced with a problem I simply don't know enough about to solve on my own. Though this day and age, we've never had more access to high quality information to help us make really cogent decisions, it has not made decision making any easier. We can now research the pros and cons of each and every option available to us. A simple search query can oftentimes lead to this time-sucking black hole of link clicking that can end hours later with someone being even more confused and frustrated than they were prior. I like to use the phrase paradox of choice to describe the consistent findings that while increased choice does allow us to achieve, let's say, objectively better results, it also leads to greater anxiety, indecision, paralysis, and dissatisfaction overall. So rather than empowering us to make better choices, our virtually unlimited access to information often leads to greater fear of making the wrong decision, which in turn then leads us to spinning our wheels in a seemingly endless and inescapable purgatory of analysis paralysis. Unfortunately, that's just the start of the bad news, people. Studies in psychology and neuroscience really reveal that analysis paralysis takes a far greater toll on your productivity and well-being than just lost time. Here are 4 maybe not so obvious ways that overthinking your decisions can and might be holding you back. Overthinking. Overthinking lowers your performance on mentally demanding tasks. Our working memory is where the magic happens when it comes to high-level cognitive tasks like learning or memorization. What we need is a limited amount of information with immediate relevance to the task at hand, while preventing and tuning out distractions from the environment and irrelevant thoughts that pop into our head. If the ability of working memory to maintain task focus is disrupted, without questions, performance will and does suffer. So in short, our working memory is what allows us to focus on the information we need to get things done at the moment we're actually engaged in doing them. Unfortunately, our working memory is in limited supply. You can think of it like our brain's computer memory. Once it's used up, nothing more can quite literally fit in it. Overthinking kills your creativity and only further impedes your ability to use your imagination. A very recent Stanford study found a way to scientifically measure creativity using brain imaging. This was really incredible. Participants in this study were placed into a functional magnetic resonance imaging machine with a non-magnetic tablet and asked to draw a series of pictures based on action words. For example, run, vote, exhaust, salute, etc., with about 30 seconds for each word. They also drew a zigzag line to establish baseline brain function for the task of drawing. The results showed that the prefrontal cortex, traditionally associated with thinking, was most active for the drawings the participants ranked as most difficult. The cerebellum, which is the part of the brain traditionally associated with movement, was most active for the drawings that the participants scored highest on for creativity. So essentially, the less the participants actually thought about what they were drawing, the more creative their drawings were. Simply, these findings do suggest that overthinking a problem makes it harder to do your best creative work. Overthinking also eats up your willpower. Actions that we take automatically, like brushing our teeth, take little to no willpower. However, when we agonize over a decision, we deplete our limited supply of willpower much more quickly, causing us to feel exhausted, overwhelmed, frustrated, really enervated. Not only does this decision fatigue inhibit our ability to clearly access or assess the situation at hand, it also makes us more likely to choose unhealthy food, skip the gym, put off work in place of having some ice cream and watching Netflix. In short, overanalyzing a decision makes it much more difficult to make high quality, long-term choices later on. Overthinking makes you less happy. In 1956, economist Herman Simon created the term satisficer to describe the decision-making style that prioritizes an adequate solution over an optimal solution. Sacrificers make a decision once their criteria are met. When they find the hotel or the pasta sauce or the restaurant that has the qualities they want, they're satisfied. In contrast, maximizers want to make the best possible decision. Even if they see a bicycle that meets all of their requirements, they simply can't make a decision until they've examined and exhausted every option. So whether you're a satisfier or maximizer, it can have a huge impact on your happiness and emotional and physical well-being. Maximizers reported significantly less life satisfaction, happiness, optimism, and self-esteem, and significantly more regret and depression than satisficers. Maximizers were more likely to engage in social comparison and counterfactual thinking, and experienced regret and less happiness after making a consumer decision. Maximizers also experienced a greater increase in negative mood when they did not perform as well as their peers did. Though analyzing every last option in the quest for, let's say, the best choice may lead to an objectively better outcome in some situations, maximizing absolutely ultimately leads to more anxiety, regret, and less happiness and satisfaction with your decisions. Look out for my next video where I begin to explain how we can stop this. As usual, take what you love and toss the rest.